Lord, there was a season when everything inside me felt dry. My dreams felt dry. My strength felt dry. My hope felt dry. I was going through the motions, but my spirit was tired. I smiled when people looked my way. I kept moving when life demanded it, but deep inside I felt empty, like a valley of dry bones. A place where life seemed absent, a place where joy seemed forgotten, a place where I wondered if anything could live again. But then you spoke, not to my circumstances first. You spoke to my spirit, and when your voice entered the valley, everything began to change.
What was lifeless found life.
What was silent found a song.
What was silent found a song.
What was standing still began to move, and before I knew it, my dry bones
started dancing.
Started dancing.
Started dancing.
I was walking through a season where my faith felt worn and weak. Every day I kept on searching for the strength I couldn't keep.
He saw you.
Hope felt buried in the distance. Joy was hard for me to find. I was standing in the valley with a heavy heart inside. Then your voice rolled through the silence like a mighty rushing wind, and the places once forgotten began breathing once again. When I thought my best was gone, you reminded me you're God. Yes, Lord. When I thought the dream had died, you spoke life back inside. He did. My dry bones started dancing.
Started dancing.
My silent heart
started singing.
Started singing.
What looked dead came back to life.
Back to life.
And your spirit moved in me.
Amen.
Amen.
Looking back, I clearly see you were working faithfully. Even when I felt alone, you were building something strong.
Not because I earned your grace,
not because I knew the way,
but because your endless love
refused to leave me where I was.
Faithful love.
Where I once saw only dryness, now your rivers overflow. Where I once felt only weakness, now your power clearly shows. When the valley seemed too deep, your promises still spoke to me.
Yes, Lord.
When I thought the end was near, you replaced my fear with praise. He did. My dry bones
started dancing.
started dancing.
Started dancing.
My silent heart
started singing.
started singing.
What looked dead came back to life.
Back to life.
When your spirit moved in me.
Amen.
Amen.
Some of you know what a valley feels like. A place where hope seems gone. A place where dreams seem buried. A place where life feels dry and empty. But the God of Ezekiel's valley is still working today.
Yes, He is.
He still speaks to dry bones. He still restores what looks lost. He still breathes life into impossible situations. He still does. The valley was not my ending, The dryness was not my future. The silence was not my destiny. Because when God spoke, everything changed. And now the bones that once lay still are dancing
Before the Lord.
dancing before the Lord.
My dry bones.
Started dancing,
My dry bones.
started dancing.
What looked dead came back to life.
Back to life.
When your spirit moved in me.
Amen. When God's breath begins to move,
Nothing is
possible to you. Dry bones rise and valleys sing. When the King of Glory speaks, my dry bones
started dancing.
started dancing. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Lord, midnight is a strange place. It's where fears grow louder. It's where tears fall unseen. It's where questions seem bigger than answers. I know what it feels like to sit in the dark and wonder if morning will ever come. There were nights when sleep would not stay, nights when my heart was heavy, nights when I carried burdens I couldn't explain. The room was quiet, the pain was real, and hope felt very far away. But just when I thought I was alone, you walked into my midnight. You didn't wait for the morning. You didn't wait until everything was fixed. You came right into the darkness, and everything changed. He walked in.
He walked in.
The clock was moving slowly, and my soul was growing tired. I was fighting silent battles, trying not to lose the fire.
He saw you.
Every shadow seemed to whisper, every fear began to rise. I was searching for an answer with tears falling from my eyes.
He knew.
Then your presence filled the silence, like the dawn before the day. What was dark became much brighter when you came and made a way. When the night became too long, you reminded me you're strong. Yes, Lord. When I thought I couldn't stand, you reached down and took my hand.
He did.
God walked into my midnight, and turned my darkness into light.
Into light.
The fear that once surrounded me,
It had to leave.
when God
Walked into my midnight.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Looking back, I clearly see you were working faithfully, even when I couldn't tell. You were doing all things well,
Faithfully.
not because I earned your grace,
Not because
not because I knew the way,
Not because I knew.
but because your endless love would not let me stay afraid.
Faithful love.
Where I once knew only sorrow, now your peace fills every room. What was hidden in the darkness now is shining with your truth. into the pain. Yes, Lord, when the midnight looked too deep, you reminded me you're king.
He did.
God walked into my midnight and turned my darkness into light.
Into light.
The fear that once surrounded me,
It had to leave.
when God
Walked into my midnight.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Some people only want God in the morning, but I've learned something. God is also the God of midnight.
Yes, He is.
He's the God who sits beside you when nobody else knows you're hurting. He's the God who listens when your tears become your prayer. He's the God who enters dark rooms and fills them with light. The night I thought would break me became the night I encountered His presence. The midnight I feared the most became the midnight I saw His faithfulness.